Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm gonna just get straight to the point. It is like 11:30 at night. I decided that I want to do my makeup and just play instant makeup because I'm really trying to get into eye looks. I think I'm gonna just do a simple eye look. And the reason why I'm not looking at the camera and I'm looking at myself is because I'm literally sitting in my bed about to do my makeup. And I need to use this to kind of like look because I don't have like a big mirror. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. The whole purpose of this video is, like I just said, I'm literally just doing my makeup, but then I also don't want to add any cuts to it because, like I guess I could do this as I'm doing my makeup. I can talk. I want to do YouTube and I want to do content, and I've been doing content for some years now, but one thing that's really deterred me from posting is my schedule and editing and all of that stuff. And while I love a good edit, I'm just like, I don't have the time, and I try to make the time, but then that is like, okay, I'm doing it every now and then, but I'm not being consistent. And consistency is key. And so I just decided, instead of sitting here trying to look perfect for the camera all the time, do a whole edited video, try to, just do all this extra stuff for the camera. Let me just turn on the camera and just be real. Like, let me just do my makeup. Let me not try to do all the theatrics. Let me not try to do all the editing. I think we're in a time where editing is key these days, but I know there's still people out there that appreciate a good uncut video. And I love a good edit, but I just don't have the time. I'm in law school and school is just really hard. Speaking of school, we all saw that viral video of this girl that was pretending to be a PA student. Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm in law school. Like, I'm actually in law school. I'm not just saying that. So yeah, some days are good, some days are like really stressful and I'm tired and I just don't want to edit. And sometimes I don't even want to record, but doing my makeup is really relaxing for me, and I don't want to like not get up and post, not get up and do my makeup and things like that just because I'm just here from doing it because I feel like, oh, I'm not going to have time to edit and things like that. So I was like, I'm up. I don't have class tomorrow because I'm off on Fridays. And I was like, I feel like doing my makeup right now. Like, and I don't know. I just got up and I was like, let me do it. And I wanted to record it, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to figure out like a plan to edit and sit down and really thoroughly go through how to do it. What's the first clip gonna look like? And I'm just like thinking about it. Like, no, just post, just post, just post, just post. And I think that's the problem that I've had all of these years because I've been creating content since I was in high school, which was the year that I started creating content was 2015. But I would always delete it. Back then I was doing vlogs though. Um, but yeah, that's always been my problem. Like, not being happy with the product and everything like that, not feeling like it looks professionally done and everything like that. I got decent lighting. I'm talking to the camera. I'm doing the best I can. Like, you get what you get. There's going to be somebody out there that does appreciate it. By the way, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen on my eyebrows. This is the micro stroke brow pen. And what shade is this? Because granted, I need to remember that because I went to go get it one day and I couldn't remember the shade and I guessed it. I have really dark hair on my face, but on my actual scalp too. You can't tell right now, but yeah, so instead of opting for a brown, I like to do a really darker shade. A really darker shade. Come on, that was bad English, Aaron. I like to do a darker shade. But yeah. I posted today. I made a new account. So I have two accounts now on TikTok because I really do like posting on both. Like, I'm gonna just keep posting on both. But I have two accounts now on TikTok, and I posted because I'm coming out with a pajama brand. And I don't know, I've been having thoughts about it. Like, a part of me, I'm not like nervous, but a part of me is kind of like, dang, like, I've been posting on content for years and it hasn't really taken off. You know, some days are good. Like some days I get viral videos and people are really asking me about what I'm doing, my products that I'm using. And, you know, it's just looking like it's going to go up from there. But it doesn't like always fully go up the way I want it to. But then other days it's like weeks at a time and like not getting any traction on my account. And I'm like, oh, this isn't really going anywhere. And I really wanted to. I don't even know the point I was making when I was just saying that just now. Sorry. These are a lot of the brushes that I just pulled out. Trying to separate it from my makeup so I kind of got a space to work and can see everything without digging for it. I'm going in with this Danessa Myricks Yummy Water Powder Serum. I really like this. I like this, but I'm not gonna lie, this isn't like one of those products that's like my favorite. She has other products that is like top tier, you know what I mean? I'm mixing this in, and I actually don't even think I needed that much, but yeah. Oh, I think I was telling y'all about how I have my pajama brand. So I don't like get nervous about my pajama brand or anything, but sometimes I'm like, is this like I've been posting content for all of these years that hasn't really taken off? Like, how do I know this? I'm investing all of this money that I really don't even have. Like, I'm literally just going with the vibes, hoping that something sticks. Like, I genuinely, when I tell you I don't have the money, I'm talking about I'm literally scraping up pennies to try to make this work. I lied. I'm not about to go in with this yet. I want to go in with my Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. I do very much love this. You can see I use it all up. I'm going to put it right here, focusing it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, all the places where I get oily. So, well, I don't even get that oily, honestly, but sweat, oil, whatever you want, even though I'm literally about to take this off. It's about to be 12 o'clock at night now. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh, is that gonna take off? Like, I'm investing all this money in it. Am I actually going to be able to get the product to be sold and everything like that? Like, the product itself is going to be amazing. I've been putting so much thought and effort into it, and I'm using really high quality materials. And you know, I just started posting on TikTok because I made that whole separate page on TikTok because I started posting and I want to gain some traction. But then that page is getting like 60 views, if that. It's starting like, you know, it's a brand new page, so I get it. But then I'm also like, well, I've been posting for years and every now and then a video goes viral, but is it enough, you know? I'm not worried though, because I know God is going to take care of it. But it is kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of makes you feel like, is it going to work out for real? Like, again, I'm investing all of this money. I'm taking a really huge risk. Yeah, I hope it works out, you know? And if it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? It's fine. But it will. Like, I really just truly believe it will. Like, I don't have this vision for no reason, you know? But I'm not going to say too much about the pajama brand itself, like the name or any really specific details, because I haven't trademarked it yet and I need to hop on it. But again, I'm in school. I just have so many things on my plate right now that I'm just like, I'm trying to work on actually getting the physical product before I'm like, oh, let me trademark it. Because if I trademark it now and then I don't end up getting a product for another year, it would have been pointless. It wouldn't have been pointless because I would still have that trademark. But it's just like, I don't want to spend the money on that right now if it's not going to like happen right now. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of waiting on that. But so I will talk a little bit about the set that I did. The first set that I was coming up with is this 100% grade 6A. They call it grade 6A, but I saw somewhere else that grades aren't really a thing. that's like a made up thing, but honestly, isn't everything else in this world like made up? Everything else we've made up, like it doesn't really matter. But it's 100% mulberry silk, and it is a completely silk set. This white set with this lace detailing, and it's really, really cute. And the magnificent thing about my sets are I hand draw them. Like, I literally have a booklet that is pre-drawn, like stick figures, and I go through and I hand draw all of my sets, and then I send it to my designer with all of my ideas and everything, and she brings it to life and puts it in a tech pack, and then I send the tech pack over to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer brings it to life. Now, I decided that I'm not going to come out with this set first because working with grade 6A mulberry silk is expensive, and again, I don't have the coin. So yeah, this concealer that I went in with is the Hourglass concealer. I love this concealer. It's in the shade Teak. And I actually heard that they're discontinuing this, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to pick up a couple. I don't even know if that's true, but I heard it a couple times. So I'm like, it must be true. But I don't know if it's going to be discontinued in the US. I think it was supposed to be discontinued somewhere overseas. I could be completely wrong though, but yeah, so I am gonna go to the store tomorrow and probably pick that up tomorrow. And I'm bouncing all over the place because this is literally how my brain goes. And since I'm not like sticking to a specific topic, and I was like, I'm gonna just pick up the camera and record today, that's exactly what we're doing. Like, I'm not about to sit here and try to fake a video. It's and even in the past, like when I've been posting, the video isn't fake. I just try to keep structure to it, and I'm not necessarily doing that in this video. This is the elf primer, very sticky primer. I went on with this on the outside, and I'm gonna go in with my Danessa Myricks. What is this? The Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint on the outer parts of my face. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go pick that up, and then tomorrow I'm also going to study with my friend Devon because, well, first of all, he asked me if I wanted to go to this sushi restaurant that we like to go to over here by me, and I was like, yeah, we can go, but I really need to study tomorrow because I don't want to end up in a position where I'm failing or on the verge of failing, because I kind of played around last semester. I didn't even play around last semester. It's just I had really hard classes last semester. 2L was no joke, and I made a video about it on TikTok. Like 2L semester or 2L year, the whole year was just so it was just so hard. Like 1L is hard because you don't really know what to expect, and you don't really know the material you're learning. They call it like learning a brand new language, because the law is really a brand new language. Like it really, really is. And so because you're not really familiar with it, that makes it difficult. But honestly, 2L's year is worse because at this point you know what to expect, yes, but the material was so dense. So I had real property, evidence, I'm just gonna name the hardest ones. Real property, evidence, business organizations. Girl, that was about to take me out. And I thought I would be good at that, but I will be honest, like I had a really tough teacher to begin with, but on top of that, excuse me, I burped. I kind of messed around in that class because um I just told myself, "Oh, I just got to remember the definitions." But then I ended up playing myself because when it came down to it, that was the hardest class because it had a billion definitions. So I'm just not trying to be in that position. And then one of the other hardest classes was MLP, which is Mastering Legal Principles, which our first year we learned civil procedure, torts, crim law, and what else? civil procedure, torts, criminal law, and contracts, along with some other courses. But those are the four that you come back and they teach you in MLP, because those are the courses that are going to be on the bar. So when you take those your first year, second year, they had us take MLP, which kind of is like a review of that semester. Now, the thing is, in law school, you're graded on a curve. So the curve will always help you. Even if you kind of like failed a class, you didn't really fail it because you're graded on that curve. You would probably get like a C. You know what I mean? Which isn't ideal, but it wasn't failing. Whereas in MLP, they didn't grade that class on a curve. So whatever you got in MLP, you got on MLP. And I played like I took the class before. So, well, I didn't take that class before, but I took the other classes like contracts, torts, civil procedure, and whatever last one I'm missing. I took all of those classes before. So I kind of put MLP to the back of my brain while I focused on my core classes that I had at that time, which was the hard ones that I mentioned earlier, which was evidence, property, biz ors. I was definitely taking notes in these classes, but I wasn't studying. Like I was doing the readings, but I wasn't studying in those classes. And then on top of those, I had MLP. So I kind of put MLP in the back of my brain, which is all the old classes. And then so because it wasn't graded on the curve, whew, child, it was just like, it was so stressful. Like I don't want to be in that position again, needless to say. So I'm not going to go in that position again. I was like, Devon, we can go out tomorrow, but I really need to study. And I don't know con law because now I'm in MLP 2. Thank God I passed MLP 1. Now I'm in MLP 2, which is con law, property, evidence, and what are we doing? What else are we doing for this one? We're not doing biz orgs. Con law, property, evidence. Dang. I'm not going to be able to move on until I figure it out. Property, con law, evidence. What else did we take last year? I'm not going to be able to move on until I figure it out. What are we doing? We're doing con law right now. Let me just move on. We're doing con law right now. And I was like, yeah, we can go out and get food and get sushi and everything, but I need to know con law. Now, Devon is really, really smart. He just is able to understand the material and does so well. So he was like, yeah, let's go get sushi. I'll teach you con law and we're going to pass. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't want to fall behind the MLP. It's not graded on a curve. I cannot play. You shouldn't be playing anyways, but it's not graded on a curve. I'm definitely not playing. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to go in with this brush, or like a fluffier brush to blend out my concealer, because I kind of do all of them, like not all at once. Like I pick one and stick to it. But I don't know. These two are more dense. They're dense. And I don't know. Maybe I don't like those that much. I think I do like a fluffier brush. So I'm going to use this one. I think this is like the setting brush from Real Techniques. Yes, the setting brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to use this to blend out my concealer. And when I blend out my concealer, I like to keep it like under, and I say this in like all of my videos because this is my absolute favorite placement. I like to keep it underneath my eyes, go up right here, and then like you see everywhere, you kind of can see where I put the, what is this? The skin tint. I like to keep my concealer like in this triangle shape. And another thing I noticed, I don't actually put a lot of product on my nose in general. Like I don't go in on my nose with my foundation or anything like that, my skin tint. But I will kind of like blend everything, and I'll go in with powders and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm like I don't know if you can consider this like minimal makeup, because it's still like basically a full face. It's just kind of like, I don't know, not layering the product all of that much. And I'm kind of going in this corner because I always get concealer up there. So I just like to blend it out in this corner. And yeah, you know what? No, let me not say that. I was going to say, I don't think I'll ever use a dense brush to blend out my concealer again because I always like the way this looks. But honestly, I probably will do that again. Like, I'm always down for trying new things and rediscovering what I did before. But every time I use a dense brush, I notice the makeup kind of like picks up a little bit, like gets patchy, but it always can blend, it blends back out, but I can tell like the denseness of the brush is kind of like moving the product too much, and I don't like that. So I don't know why I keep going back to a dense brush. I think because it's smaller, it keeps the product exactly where I want it. But I really, really like this brush. Like, I have like 5 of these, but I can't seem to find any of the other ones. Like, I don't think, yeah, there's not another one in here. I don't know. I literally keep going to the store and picking up like all of these brushes, this specific brand, this specific brush, and for some reason I never seem to keep up with it. Maybe somebody's stealing my brushes, but like only this one. It's possible. It's a really good brush. What else to talk about, you know? I love a good edited video. I think I said this at the beginning, but sometimes like I just like to sit here and do my makeup in silence. Like, you know, sometimes I want to go live and do my makeup. Not that anybody's watching, because I notice when I go live, people don't watch. And I don't even think that's a me thing. I think people only really watch live if you're like doing something really crazy on live. You know, like there's some creators that just literally do crazy things on live, and they like live is their version of streaming. And so sometimes I want to do my makeup, but I notice the people that do that, they always have music in the background. And I don't always want to play music. Like, I like to just sit here and I either talk to myself, like I'm literally doing right now. Like, I'm talking to y'all, but you know, I'm in my room. It's 11:30 at night. I think it's like 12 o'clock now, actually. And I'm literally just talking. And I could talk forever to myself. And yeah, I like a good edited video, but sometimes I just want to either sit in silence and do my makeup and vibe out, or I just want to sit there and talk to myself. Like, I like to talk to myself a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so now I'm going to the sides of my nose and kind of like making sure to blend that out, because I don't put a lot of product on my nose, but the product always gets on my nose. So I'm blending that out so it doesn't look odd. And I also put a little bit of that extra concealer on my, whatever was left over on my brush, I put on my chin, as you just saw, because I didn't put any like specific product. Like, I didn't put it directly on my chin, just kind of used it to blend it out. And I'm just trying to make sure everything's all nice and blended and not looking like super odd. I really like this concealer. It's just so pretty. I'm not a fan of a bright under eye, and I just really love this concealer because it's not like super bright. Like, this shade specifically is just the perfect shade for me. And then NARS Amande, I also really like that shade. That looks really good on me. Like, it's just super tea. It's super neutral. It looks a little bit yellow on camera, but in person, I swear it doesn't even look like that. Like, sometimes I actually even question if it's too much of my shade and I look flat. And I went to Ulta one day and I was like asking the guy to help me find a different shade because I wanted something like a tiny bit brighter, because I kind of felt like my face was looking flat using the Amande from NARS. And he was like, girl, honestly, no, that's your shade. Like, that is the perfect shade, because I feel like oftentimes concealers look really yellow, or they look super bright. And I felt like that was the perfect shade for me. Like, it definitely was. But then again, sometimes I would put it on and I'd be like, is this too flat for my skin? Like, it looks like on camera, it looks a tiny bit yellow, but I think it's because I have this yellow light on. In person, it doesn't look flat, but I also feel like it could be a bit brighter. But at the same time, I do realize, like, no, I think we've just trained ourselves to kind of like love a bright under eye. And you can definitely tell the difference between this shade and my foundation shade or my skin tint shade. So I really, really don't need to do all that extra stuff. I don't usually do a bright under eye, but I think I just don't know how to do it right because some of the girls, they do a bright under eye. And I'm like, yes, I like that. All right, now, do I want to set this? Do I set this? Do I set this? So I have 3 powders, and I'm going to tell y'all the tea on all of this. This one's my favorite. This is the Urban Decay. Oh, I didn't realize how many Urban Decay products I have. I think it's only these 2, but they're super tea, so I might have to actually go pick up some more of their products. But this is the All Nighter Urban Decay waterproof setting powder. Now, the same guy that I had went to Ulta and I asked him to pick out a different concealer shade, he's the one that actually put me down to this because I was using the Laura Mercier. This isn't bad, but this does kind of give like that bright under eye that I said I'm not that fond of. It's not bad. It's just it's not a translucent in my opinion. Maybe it just didn't give translucent with the specific concealer that I was using. I don't know. I do use this, but I use this to brighten. I'm not going to lie. Like, it wasn't translucent to me. So that's why I stopped using this and I started using this. Now, a lot of people talk about the Huda baking powder. So, or the Easy Bake. So I got this in the shade Cupcake because I thought it was like a little more of a type of neutral shade. But I didn't want something like super, I don't know, but I haven't given this like a real chance yet because I'm always using my all-nighter. So I'm going to go in with this to set underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to maybe use the all-nighter depending on how I feel. We'll see. I'm going to take a powder puff, even though all of my powder puffs are literally dirty. Oh, this one's kind of clean. Like, this one was clean, but it looks like it was just sitting in my bag, so it looks a little dirty. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this little puff right here, but when I was using this the other day, when I tried it, when I was just like doing a quick 2-second makeup routine, I didn't mind it. Now, I think why people don't like it from just my experience using it, I think it's because it's hard to get the product out. Like, it seems like not enough product goes out. I find myself keep putting the lid on and trying to shake it, and it's even still like a lot of product isn't coming out. But I don't know. I can appreciate solid packaging. Now, I see why people like this powder. Can I zoom y'all in? I can't zoom y'all in. I'm sorry. Let me try to get closer. I see why people like this powder. Hold on. Let me finish setting this eye, and then I'll come closer to show y'all the other eye when I do it. Immediately, I see why people like this powder. Oh my goodness. It's so blurring. This is exactly what my Urban Decay does. Like, it's so blurring. Now, I did kind of, let me show y'all exactly what I did. So I do see why people don't like that mesh thing on top, because I find myself doing like this, and even still a lot of product doesn't come out because it has like this top that's like raised, and it kind of goes, it sinks into the top. So it's kind of hard to, get a lot of product out of it. But this time I didn't close the top all the way, and it got a little bit more product in it. So let me show y'all what I just did. I went ahead and put it right inside of that powder, got it on my powder puff, and then I got the top and I kind of pushed it around the top to kind of like flatten it out so it wasn't like loose, I guess. I'm gonna get closer. I didn't blend out underneath my eye, that concealer right there, but that is okay. Like, I don't get stressed about that, me personally. You can see the texture just a little bit because it's skin. We have skin, guys. That was a little more than what I first did, but it's okay. Immediately blurs. That is super tea. This is so tea. Yeah, I see exactly why people like this. It's so smooth. I'm gonna put it on my forehead. Putting it on the top again. Kind of flatten out that product. This is the forehead. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. Putting it a little bit on my eyelid. No, yeah, that's crazy. Y'all saw in real time my real life reaction. That's super tea. Girl, that is super. Like, this is so smooth. No, like, for real. Like, okay, this shade, it's not bad. I like it. It does brighten me up a little bit. In person, it looks good. Oh my goodness, it's one hair. In person, it looks good. It doesn't look super bright. On camera, it doesn't look super bright either, but you know how I be talking about me looking flat and stuff. It just kind of did like brighten it up just a tiny, tiny bit, but it looks really good. I like this shade. I think I got the perfect shade for me. I do want to try the Ube, I think it was, that purple shade. Oh, yes, this is super tea. Do you see this? With the Nessa Myrix, like this is the combo. My makeup is so smooth right now. This is crazy. When I used the Nessa Myrix, and I did a full face with that, I was shocked with that. But now I'm like, okay, with this powder. But I'm not gonna lie, this also is really, really good. Like I would still use this, but I'm gonna be really honest. Like I see why people like this, and is definitely going in the rotation. They're similar. Either one would be good depending. I'm gonna have to do a video showing y'all what this looks like. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like how smooth this got my makeup. This does it too. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a side by side one day. Okay, now I'm gonna go in. Do we want to do blush or do we want to do? Let's do the eyes first. Now, I usually don't do eye makeup, but I'm trying to get into it because, you know, like I just want to do something different. Like I don't want to keep doing the same regular base routines, but I don't want to do like nothing super crazy because every time I feel like, no, when I say super crazy, I mean like, I just don't feel like I have the eyelid space for it. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe this powder. Like I'm not even joking. And my eyes kind of look red right there. Like I think that's kind of cute. And it's kind of making me want to put red underneath my eyes. Oh, I don't do eyelashes either. But I'm actually about to get my lashes done. Do you see how smooth my makeup looks? This is crazy. No, this is really, really good. This is really, really tea. All right, we're going to do the makeup. What I got and what I want to use for my eyelids is this Danessa Myrick stick. I impulsively bought this because I don't do eyeshadow. I don't do that. So why did I buy it? Don't know. You know what else I impulsively bought? This Danessa Myricks palette. I don't know which palette this is. The Freedom palette. Now, I was heartbroken because when I bought this, I literally, it was in the package. It was in this packet and it just fell right on the ground. Like it didn't like stumble on the ground. It fell flat on the ground and it shattered. The black shattered. Can y'all see? And I tried to clean it up, and I didn't even take the mirror off, the plastic off the mirror, because I was like, I was just heartbroken. Like, I don't know. I want to use this color fix stick, and I'm going to swatch these on camera for y'all. So this is the Foils multi-purpose pigment stick. It's the Duo, and this is the first shade. Can y'all see that? Super cute. And I have played around in these a little bit before too. So the idea is it has like two sides. Take them off like this or whatever. I think I just swatched. Yeah, I swatched the other one. Oopsie. See, look. I don't know if it's because I'm rough with my makeup or what, but yeah. This is the other shade. So they're pretty similar, but it's showing up like that on camera. But this one's actually more gold, and this one's more of a bronze color. It's not showing up that great on camera, but trust me, I'm not lying. And then I also did play around with these colors. I'll go ahead and swatch these like shimmery shades. So this is this. Super cute. This like more glittery one. That first one was this one on top. This more glittery-ish one is right here. Oh yeah, we're using that for sure. We are definitely using that. And the other shades are like more your everyday average colors, so we're not going to swatch those. So I am going to go in with this brown, which I've actually been liking this because I did play around in some eyeshadows in this Juvia's Place palette. And this brown is the perfect shade for like blending, like a transition shade. So I've been trying to make a little collection of eyeshadow brushes because I'm trying to get into eyeshadow. So I'm going to grab this brush. Doesn't have a name, but I think it's an Ulta brush. And I'm going to get this brown shade that I just showed y'all. And tap off the excess. The palette is literally falling apart. Like this black is getting everywhere. It's so frustrating. And I always have a hard time doing eyeshadow or anything like that because I just feel like I don't have the lid space, and then I have like this awkward cut right there, but it's cute. Like it's cute, and I can definitely do color, but it's like more of a pop of color, whereas other people have the whole lid to work with. When I bring the product up, I don't feel like it looks right. And then on top of that, I don't do a lot of lash looks, like because I don't do lashes. But I am going to get lash extensions soon because I want to do some lashes, you know. But I'm going to take this brown shade and go right in this crease and wing it out this way. And kind of like right there a little bit. Right in the crease. Blending it out this way. But I don't want to do too much because I'm not going to put on lashes. And I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Now this side is a little different because I have like some extra skin that kind of folds over. So they're not even. And you can probably tell that just by looking at my eyes already. But I'm going to go in this crease and blend it out this way. No, I really like this powder. And what's crazy is I had it for like 2 weeks and I'm just now using it. I used it like a day or two ago, but I literally used it like quickly. Excuse me. I just burped again. Like I didn't even put on a lot of makeup. So it was like, you know. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with, did I use this? No, I didn't use this. I'm going to go in with this brush. I think it's another Ulta brush. And I'm going to go in with this middle shade, this lighter shade right here. And I'm going to put that on the lid. I like that. And I like how even though it's a light shade, it's not like, oh, hard to show up on my skin tone. It's actually pigmented and showing up because usually light shades don't pick up on brown skin that well. And you have to kind of put like some type of base. My eyes are watering. I was going to say earlier, I'm a watery. I just went in with the freaking glitter by accident because it was on my freaking finger. And I went in the corner to like wipe off the teardrop. Cute. See, I was going to do that anyways, but I was going to do it with the foil stick. So we're just going to leave it. But yeah, I'm going with my lid on this side. What I was saying was, usually lighter shades don't show up on brown skin unless you go in with like a base, which I did not. Or you're going with like a white primer. Either like a base or a white primer. Both kind of the same, but slightly different. And you really don't even have to use a lot of product. I just keep going in with it because I'm like, let me see how bright I can get it, I guess. That's cute. Super cute. And when I get my lashes done, it's just gonna make the look even better. Now I'm gonna go in with that blending brush that I just used. Where is it? Here it is. And I'm gonna go back in with that same brown and kind of like just blend, because that white shade kind of like, you know, made it look very not blended. Oh, you can see my eyebrow hair is growing back up. I need to shade those a little bit. And we're just going to make sure it's seamless and not such of a rough edge. And then I'm going to go in with the foil stick. Oh, no, I lied. I said I wanted to use this shade. So I'm actually just going to use my finger. I don't know which finger I used. I used my clean finger. I'm going with this shade. And you see I barely tapped in it. That's really pigmented. This is more like a silverish gold. It's like more silver than gold, but it's still like, I don't know. Why is this eye watery? This is a clean finger. I'm trying to get the water off my eye. All right. Ooh, I'm scared. Okay, hold on. Okay, I kind of have it like underneath the eye, but I also kind of have it on the eyelid right there. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Ooh, I feel like I went too overboard on this side. So we're just going to do the same thing over there. And then I'm going to go in with this brush again in this same brown shade and kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like blend so it's not like all of, and that kind of made the sparkle go a little. You see what I'm saying? That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. All right, we're done with eyeshadow. Super simple. No, but it came out really cute. Like, I would actually go out with this and probably put like a little bit of product on the bottom. But if my lashes were done, like, I feel like that would make it look better and stuff like that. And then I would go in with some eyeshadow at the bottom to kind of like make it pop a little bit, and maybe some mascara at the bottom. I feel like it looks like I have like a red eyeshadow or something at the bottom of my eyes. It's crazy. Oh, I accidentally got a little bit of glitter right there. You know what they say, when that happens, you just get a spoolie. And when you look at that. Oh, there we go. All right, now we're going to bronze. And this is the Juvia's Place palette. And honestly, this does add some color to my skin, but I do feel like I can go up a shade. But I'm not going to lie, I think there's only one other palette and it's still not even as dark. Like, I don't know. I think I opted for this one because I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't think it's like, I don't know. I didn't think it was like gonna be the best shade for me, that other one. But then this one, while it does add some color, I do feel like it's still a little light. I'm going at the bottom a little bit. And yeah, really don't need to brown this side because it's not being seen for real. Even though nobody's seeing this, you're going to sleep after this. Like, I could definitely see add some color, and it kind of like it really does tie everything together. It looks more seamless. You know what I mean? Because you could tell I didn't bronze before. Y'all thought I forgot. I didn't forget. And I like to go in this corner right here with the bronzer, bringing it down a little bit, bring it right here a little bit, on the nose a little bit. I love a bronzy nose. Like, it just looks so cute. All right, and then I'm gonna get this like fluffy brush, and I like to use my bronzer with this too. Or I'll like also use the same brush for contour because why not? And I like to put that right here. And when I don't do eyeshadow, because I usually don't do eyeshadow, I will go on my bronzer and kind of put it at the ends. But because I did eyeshadow, it's like really not necessary today, even though I'm literally doing it again. But yeah, focusing it right in this little corner right here. Because I don't know, it's just kind of like, you know, you see where it did, where it added like a little color, like, you know, you see. I usually don't do a lot of contour because I'm just not good at contour. It always ends up looking muddy on me. Like, maybe I'm not adding it to the right places. I don't know. I just stay away from it. All right. I didn't set the bottom half of my face because I left the powder over there and I don't feel like getting it. And it doesn't really matter. Like, we don't need that because the powder that I use is the one size. And I think it's in the shade deep or dark or something like that. And it literally matches my skin tone perfectly. And I set that on top so that the bottom doesn't move. Although the bottom shouldn't move anyways, but you know. I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. And the only palette that I have in front of me is this one little NYX color. So that's what I'm going to use. This is the NYX Buttermilk Blush. And this is in the shade My Better Half. It is super cute. It's a straight up pink blush, but it almost shows up like a little lavenderish on my skin tone. Sometimes when I use pink blushes, they end up looking, they're pink and you can visibly see that they're pink, but sometimes they look a little bit red, or they show like a little red on me or a little purple. This is pink and it shows like a slight purple, but like a lilac type of purple. And I really like it. Like, it gives like a true baby doll pink to me. Another shade that people really like is the pink that Juvia's Place palette. It's a palette just like this. It's a duo palette with the two pinks, and I do have that. But even that one is a pink, but it's not the same pink as this. Watch how this is. I like to smile. The smile technique, I say this all the time. The smile technique is super outdated according to who you ask, but I like it. I have high cheekbones. You know, when I smile, you see the cheeks. And so I like to use that. I like to smile and just use that as the base to wear to put my, what is this? Blush. So yeah. The one thing I will say about this is when you use it, it's kind of like, you'll see. Like, you see, I feel like the product immediately goes on one side and you got to fight it for the other side. Like, I don't know. But it's not bad. Like, I can work with that. That's fine. But I did notice that, like, it's so cute. All right. And then I think I'm going to go in with, I'm going with this brush. This is the exact same, actually, yeah, this is the exact same brush, just clean. And I would like to go in with the Juvia's Place palette in that light pink shade to kind of set right here, because it will make it blend seamless, like that Painted by Estée vibe, you know what I mean? But we don't have that in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Laura Mercier because you know how I said earlier that it kind of has like this brightening effect. I'm going to kind of like put it right here to kind of blend the pink in with the rest. Like, so it's, I don't know how to explain it. I don't explain things that well, do I? I want to kind of tone it down, but not like take away that color. I just really want it to be like a gradual effect. I don't want it to be like, here are my cheeks now, here's the blush. Although I really don't feel like you'll get that transition shade without doing the process. And I don't have the right product for the process right now. I said I was going to put it in that one place and I ended up putting this powder everywhere. Just want to make sure everything's nice and blended. You know what else I like? The Made by Mitchell palette, the curve case, the blush case. I'm gonna use this to set over here too. The curve case in the shade medium. That's on the floor right there. I don't feel like getting it. It is super tea. I love that palette. But I haven't been doing a lot of liquid blush lately. So I haven't been using it that much. Do we see this? Y'all couldn't see because y'all were so far, but it's seamless. Very smooth. Very, very smooth. I know y'all was like, oh, we can't see you from back there, so I had to come a little closer. Now, let's spray this. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Or no, Hydro Grip Setting Spray. I like to use a wet setting spray before I use like a more mattifying setting spray, if I'm going to use a mattifying spray, because I looked the spray that I was going to use over there. And y'all know I'm not getting up. I like to use that like a wet type of spray first so that it kind of sets everything and really, you know, ties everything together. So I love this spray for that. It's very hydrating and just, I don't know, feel like makes the products melt together. And then I have either the One Size or the Danessa Myricks. Those are the two that I go in between the most if I want a matte look. But even when I use them, yes, it'll be matte, but depending on what products that you use for the entire process of you doing your makeup is going to determine the outcome. You don't get to use just a whole bunch of hydrating, super dewy products on your skin and then going with a matte setting spray thinking that it's going to be matte. That's not how that works. You have to like use the products that go together, but you can mix and match some things, but you just want to like have a good routine in place. Like I went in on some places with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm, but then I went in with the Dewy Skin Tint and I went in with the Hydro Grip Primer or whatever the e.l.f. primer was. And I went in with that right here and then the other matte products right here. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of got to work out where you're going to put all the different products. So yeah, everything is nice and set. Super pretty. I don't know why it's kind of showing up green on camera with that, but you know, that's fine, I guess. Be a hater. Don't show up right on camera if you don't want to. Now let's do a quick little lip. Let's do a quick little lip. I'm going to go in with my fave. Wait, am I going to go in with my fave? Whichever one I pick up first, honestly. Oh, I'm not going in with this. This is the Buxom in the shade... what shade is this? Oh, High Def Honey. I picked this up one day because it was so pretty. But this is just not for me. Like, this is quite literally my skin tone. So I'm not going to go in with this. Oh, but I could use this underneath my eyes. Not today, but one of these days. Wait, where are all of my liners? I don't understand where anything is. I'm going to go in with this shade from Buxom. I clearly like Buxom. OMG, I hate this. I do not do this with my products. I always bring it down before I... Oh my gosh, am I running out? I don't like that. I always bring it down. I think it's sitting in there rolling around. It got all out of the thing. I don't like when that happens. I'm going to line my lips with this now. Let me try to get closer to y'all. I like right here, my Cupid's bow. I like to go right across. Like an overline situation. All right. I love these Buxom lip liners because it has a double side. For you to blend. This is Eclair from NYX. I've literally had this for years, like this literal lip shade, but I like it. And you see how long it's lasted me, so it's okay. Super cute. Let me put on my glasses because when I don't have on eyelashes, it just kind of looks a little tiny odd. So when we put on the glasses, it's kind of covering up, you know, everything, even though you'll still be able to see the eyes. So it's not like you're completely covering up the eyes, but you know. You know. Ooh, glasses are dirty. Okay. Let me clean up and then I'll bring y'all closer. Hopefully y'all like the unedited vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it better than the other videos that I normally make because I feel like y'all actually got to see me talk a lot. In the other videos, I feel like I'm always trying to stress and make sure I'm staying on topic and things like that. And I just don't always stay on topic. And then I feel like this is just more me, and I'm gonna enjoy putting out content more because I'm not stressing trying to figure out when I'm gonna have time to edit and trying to figure out a whole plan and everything like that. I think this is super cute. Oh, the makeup is so tea. Okay, this is a close-up. Hopefully y'all can see the lips. Okay, let me take the glasses off so y'all can see the eyes. Cute. Super pretty. Thank you guys for watching. Come back for another video. And, you know, this is going to be a regular. Like, I might actually post a weekly, maybe even twice a week. Y'all let me know. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what y'all want to see. Yeah, I mean, you know, what do the YouTubers say? Thanks for watching. Mwah.